Where's the music? Shh, shh, shh. Oh, I love that sound. So many memories. Hello, everyone. This looks very different, doesn't it? This is Quest for Glory 3. And I am Anna Mardell. Welcome to another Let's Play. We've had quite a graphical upgrade since Quest for Glory 2. Whether it feels like an upgrade to us now, 20 years later, is another story entirely, but let's get into playing this game. We're going to import our old character, which is down here. Okay. Your character has been imported as a paladin. If you do not feel this is the proper profession, please indicate your preference below. So it's good that we get to pick. This is good. So we're going to stick with paladin for now. I also am very fond of wizard, but we'll stick with paladin for now. And here's our stats from the game. And we have 50 available points to put into something. So honestly, I'm just going to round out climbing because that was low from lack of places to practice. I don't think we'll have very many places to practice in this game either. I know the music is too loud. I cannot fix that until we get past this introduction stuff. Sorry. So we're going to go ahead and start. I thank you, Rakesh and my prince, for answering my summons. I have information for both of you. This is Aziza. We're in her home with the magic water table. As you know, 3 months ago in Razir, the evil Aravis attempted to unleash the genie Iblis in order to rule the world. So this is a flashback to the events of Quest for Glory 2. It's a bit of an edited one. Aravis stood before his hexagram, preparing to unleash the foul Iblis to do his bidding. By which I mean not only is it different graphics, different events are about to occur. Hear me, O dark powers. Light the darkness and bind Iblis to me forever. You entered the room and broke the seal of Solomon by moving the candle. We did do that. If we'd been a magic user or a thief, we would have seen this differently. You idiot! You have destroyed my spell. Now you shall be destroyed. Fool! You cannot hurt me now, and I shall send thee to thy death. No! No! Master, help me! You passed through the raging flames and sent Aravis falling to his doom. When Aravis died, his magical power was released, and I could sense the moment of his death. Such a release of power could be felt by skilled magic users all over the world. Still, there is some mystery concerning the death of Aravis. It is very disturbing that the body of Aravis could not be found. Even with all my magic, I cannot determine who or what removed the body or what became of it afterwards. I believe the unbinding of Adavis's powers could have other, darker results. Now we are again in my house in Shapir. Hero, you have become the Prince of Shapir by order of the Sultan, Harun al-Rashid. Rakesh now desires to return to his home in Tarna. Last night, I received this message from the sorceress Krisha in Tarna. Please tell Rakesh that he must return quickly to Tarna. There is serious talk of war here, and I think only Rakesh can now bring peace. I believe there is more to this war than just the anger of two tribes. I believe that a demon has again broken through to this land and seeks to destroy us all. In 3 days, a magical portal will open in Shapir to take Rakesh back to Tarna. I suggest that if you, Prince of Shapir, wish to truly be a hero, you accompany Rakesh. If there is indeed a demon, it is probable that it was released into this world by the death of Adavis. You must stop it and send it back to its own world. Palace of the Sultan of Shapir, 3 days later. It greatly grieves me to say farewell to such fine friends and honored guests. Rakesh, you were a great aid to me, and I sorrow to see you return to Tarna. O great Sultan, it has been an honor to serve you. Uhura, warrior of the Simbani, you have been a most excellent guild master for the Adventurers Guild and a gifted instructor of combat. Thank you for your services to Shapir. I leave Shapir with a great treasure, my son Simba. I never forget this place, but it will be good to go home again. My son, it breaks my heart to see you leave. You will always have a home here in Shapir. And we're going to give our dad a hug. I send you with a special gift. I give you a magical shield which will help protect you from magical attacks. May you never need to use it. I think we give him a hug. It's been a while. I hope we give him a hug. I like hugs. My name is Olaf and I like warm hugs. There we get a hug. We bow. And that's the portal. Sultan, the magical portal to Tarna appears. Farewell, all of you. May you find the peace you seek. And off we go into the portal. This is Tarna. And I believe now I can finally turn the volume down a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and save. Hopefully that won't break anything. Please don't break anything. Okay, here we go. It is good to see you again, Krisha. It is good to be with you again, Rakesh. Krisha, you have met Uhura of the Simbani village before. This is her son, Simba. Habani, warrior. It is good to see you again, Uhura. That son of yours looks like a strong and healthy young cub. Missouri, Krisha. Thank you for helping me to return. Simba and I need to be getting back to my people. Kwa Harini. Kwa Hari, warrior Uhura. Farewell, Uhura. I have given him my sword, Krisha. He has the makings of a true paladin. I guess we're talking about us now. A paladin. It is a very great honor indeed for you to come here. Your skills may be most useful in preventing war here. I can sense that you are also skilled with magic. Know, however, that the usage of magic is forbidden upon the streets of Tarna in order to protect those without magic. Okay. So that was a lot to take in. So let's discuss the obvious first. There's been a huge graphics overhaul. It looks very dated. I would say that this looks even more dated in some ways than the clean pixel graphics of the EGA 1 and 2. Which, you know, for all their pixel limitations, you didn't have, you know, like in that cutscene we just had with Aziza. Sure, she had, you know, a softer look. I liked her clothes, her, you know, we were able to render her sitting cross-legged. But her face was like a blurry mess. I mean, did she even have a face? I'm not sure if she had a face or not. It was just blur. Similarly here, do we have eyes? Do we have a nose? Do we have a mouth? We have sort of a suggestion of those things from the coloring, but I mean, we were able in the pixelated EGA games to actually show grins and stuff like that. I don't think this could show a grin. So this was an attempt at a graphical upgrade that now, in retrospect, to me looks less clean and good than the original EGA. I don't think this is pretty at all. I respect what they were trying to do, and I could remember at the time thinking, oh, wow, this is amazing. But now, in retrospect, it's like, ew. We've also replaced the text parser with these, instead of look and touch and talk to and all this, we've got these buttons up here, which the VGA remake of Quest for Glory 1 also puts in. I don't like the buttons. I prefer text. It's kind of a trade-off. With the text parser, you did have those frustrating moments of not knowing what to type in. So you could miss whole swaths of conversation because you didn't know that you could ask somebody about something. You know, I complained, for example, that you didn't know you could ask Aziza about Iblis and Suleiman, and because how would you know to ask her those things unless you knew about them from having played the game once already? You don't have that anymore now that we have this speech option, because when we click on people, we can just go through the list of stuff they can talk about and exhaust it all. That's good in the sense that you don't miss anything. It's bad in the sense that you don't have to think when you're talking to people anymore. You can just go through all their text options and then just, okay, I'm done with this person. Bring the next person in for me to talk to. I actually enjoyed with the text parser thinking, oh, I wonder if the sheriff can tell us about the Baron. Oh, I wonder if the sheriff can tell us about, the Antwerp that he killed that's back at the Adventure Hall, stuff like that. Thinking through, what else could we ask this person? To me, that was part of the fun and the puzzle, and we don't have that anymore. Now it's just line up, dump your text at me, next person, Some people are going to like that, some people aren't. So let's talk about that intro. The intro had some retconniness going on to kind of get everyone on the same page. The intro, first of all, since we're fighter, since we're paladin, it showed us the fighter confrontation with Adavis, where he kicks over a candle and then knocks him over just bodily, just barrels into him. If we had chosen a wizard, it would have shown us moving a candle with a force spell, and then I think knocking the brazier over with another force spell. If we'd picked a thief, it would have shown us walking in and throwing daggers at the candle and at him. It doesn't show the thief sneaking in the back way over the rope, I don't think, because that was just too much trouble to try to render differently. So a bit of a retcon, like I said. But we saw Adavis. We interrupted his spell. He fell to his death. He died. Aziza is quite certain that he died. She felt basically all of his magic release out into the world, or a lot of it anyway. So she felt his death, but then there was no body. So who took it? Why? What's going on? That's kind of weird that his body just vanished into thin air, so to speak, and she can't find out what happened to it with her magic. Meanwhile, around the time that happened, apparently trouble started in Tarna, which is the setting we're at now. It's kind of pseudo fantasy Egypt, Africa place. And I'm going to have to put a big disclaimer over all this that I am white. I am a white person who lives in Texas, and I can kind of look at stuff and go, is that offensive? I think that might be offensive, but I am not the best person to ask for any of that. So be forewarned that there's going to be some stuff, and I will talk about it as we can, but it's kind of like I really hope Sierra had like sensitivity checkers and, actual people of African descent and familiarity on their programming and writing team for this game. Cynically, I'm going to assume that they didn't. I hope they did, but I don't know if they did or not. So we'll, touch on that a little bit too. So anyway, as I was going with our recap, apparently when Adavis died, or round about the time Adavis died, there started to be trouble in Tarna. There are 2 tribes here who are talking about going to war, which is never a good thing. War is bad. What is war good for? And Krisha, the woman Liontar who brought us here with her portal, contacted Aziza and said, basically, please send Rakesh home. I think he's the only one who can prevent war here. So Aziza said, "Hey, Prince of Shapir, you should go too." I did kind of laugh at, if you truly want to be a hero, like, I already am a hero. I'm a hero 2 times over. I don't mind going because it's the right thing to do, but I do object to you pretending that this is about, like, becoming a hero or something. I'm there already. But okay. So she said, Princess Shapir, go with him and prevent war, please. But she thinks that the demon that Krisha is sensing may be connected to Atavis's death. Like, maybe his death created an opening for the demon to slip into our world, or, you know, something. Don't know. But it seems connected. So let's do let's look through, what is this? This is the question mark that tells us about other icons. This icon brings up the control panel. This is the inventory window. This icon holds your last currently used inventory object. It's blank right now because we haven't used anything. This icon lets you cast one of your amazing spells. What if I want to cast one of my boring spells? This icon is for actions and special items. This icon is for talking. This icon is for doing, this icon is for looking, and this icon is for moving. So it is a completely mouse-driven game. Let's look at our inventory. We have 200 dinar. I believe that stays steady and standard no matter what, which makes sense. We're a prince. We came from a resting state of 3 months. We didn't just, like in Quest for Glory 1, we just took all our stuff and hopped on a carpet and went. So what we had was what we took with us. Here we've had a chance to really plan what we're going to take. Now, on the other hand, I think 200 dinar is criminally low. Like, our dad, the Sultan, could have given us 1,000 dinar and it wouldn't even have touched his treasury. So it's like, what the hell, Dad? Do you want us to fail? Is that the goal? But fine, whatever. We have a sword. It weighs 420 quarks. We've got weight carry down here and a maximum load down here. Unlike previous games, I do not think we will approach a full load, with the exception of something I'm going to do later. So I shouldn't say that. Never mind. Ignore me. This is a fine weapon, well balanced and tempered and very, very sharp. You have chainmail. It's a set of chainmail armor, a veritable fashion statement. Magic shield. This is from our dad, the Sultan. This shield glows with the power of magical protection. If we had chosen a different character class, we would have gotten a different gift. But don't ask me what it is because I don't remember. I feel like... No, I don't remember at all. I know that the magic user gets something, and I know that the thief gets something. Maybe the thief gets rope. I'm not sure. Something. We have throwing daggers. This is an all-purpose dagger built for throwing, but also usable in close combat. I don't think we ended Quest for Glory 2 with daggers because I didn't want to accidentally get shunted over into the thief ending, so I never bought any daggers and I never bought any rope. So I guess that was added in. Poison cure pill, we have 4. Healing pills, you have 5. It's a bottle of poison antidote pills. Just a bottle of healing pills. Think of them as a sort of super strength aspirin. Mana pills, you have 8. It's a bottle of magical vitamin pills filled with concentrated spell energy for quick pick-me-ups, at least when you want to cast a levitate spell. I don't remember if we ended with 4, 5, and 8. That sounds low. 4 sounds right, because I only ever buy one batch of poison cure pills. It might be right. Maybe I should have gone back and bought more, especially since it doesn't affect how many dinars we have. So probably before going to, crap, I can't think of the word. Before going to Razir, since most of your money gets taken by the guards when they arrest you, you should probably spend all your money on pills. But I just didn't. You have rations. You have 20 rations. That does sound right. Well, not exactly your choice for gourmet meal. The SPIM, Special Portion Instant Meal, it's supposed to be a cutesy thing on Spam. Rations do last a long time and will keep you from starving to death. We have a water skin. We have a sapphire pin. This precious sapphire pin was a gift from the grateful Kata and Shapir. And I do like that we carry that over because it's nice. And then we have a note from Shima. The outside of this note reads to Shala in Shima's flowing calligraphy. Before you left Shapir, Shima asked you to give this to the Kata in Tarna. Okay, so that's good to know. We have some spells here. We've got Open, 200 points, Detect 100, Trigger 200. So this carried over. Dazzle, Zap, Calm, Flame, Fetch, Force, and Levitate. We don't have Reversal, as you recall, because we couldn't get it and still get the fighter ending. Special actions include a whole new brace of images. We've got Running, Sneaking, Sleeping, Skills and Abilities, and to find out the time of day. So there are no keyboard controls anymore, which makes me sad and unhappy because I liked keyboard controls. It is day 1. We even get a picture of what, it doesn't tell you what time it is. It just shows you where the sun is in the sky. Our status is thus. So they were obviously trying to make a very visually compelling game. Okay, so Krisha likes a workroom. I'm just going to look at everything going from left to right. It's a pitcher of lemonade. Spellcasting is thirsty work. Krisha sometimes uses this high stool to reach the higher shelves. It saves a few magic points. These bottles and jars hold the gross and yucky spell components. Pickled newt's eyes, giant worm intestines, raw liver, that sort of thing. It's a shelf of leftovers and miscellaneous stuff. These boxes hold dry spell components like dehydrated tsetse fly wings, crocodile scales, and impala antlers. The vases contain pixie dust, gold dust, and dust in the wind. Now, how did she get that wind in there? It's an ancient Cretan urn, or some sort of Vulcan musical instrument, or maybe just an example of modern art. The horned skull actually has no magical significance, but Krisha thought it added a certain something to her workroom. These are Krisha's miscellaneous potion bottles. They contain all sorts of exotic potions, like Tula Mordu, Chanel number 555, and Hertz Western Extra Dark. These must be for the reading lights. You are in Krisha's magical workroom. Here she studies, concocts magical formulas, and performs rituals to perfect her art and to help the people of Tarna. Mages like to keep up on their reading. Krisha's library includes Gone with the Wand, World Gate Debate, Liontar in the Winter, The Wand in the Liontar, and Out of East Fricana. The pillars are decorated with ceremonial masks from one of the local Fricanan tribes. This is either a chest full of magical paraphernalia or one of those trick chests that magicians sometimes use when they need to beat a hasty retreat. You've heard that a penny earned is a penny saved. That's probably why Krisha has its urn full of commons. Okay, so nothing special there. Pentagrams are often used for spells of summoning and protection. From the permanent nature of this one, you suspect that Krisha specializes in these types of magic. Your friend Rakesh is a powerful-looking Liontar, but he walks with a limp because of his injured leg. Krisha is a wise-looking female Liontar. She wears the headdress of a master magician. And you're looking heroic. If we right-click, we can cycle through the basic walk, look, hand talk. And so let's save again, even though I don't think technically we've done anything to make it worth saving, but I talked a lot. That counts. Let's talk to Rakesh. So here we have, these are the 4 topics we can talk to him about. And that's kind of what I was saying when I said that because we've removed the parser, we've also removed any need to think about what we want to ask him, because there's the things we can ask him right there. Let's talk about Tarna. This city and the land around it is called Tarna. It is ruled by my people, the Liontars. I hope that you can have the chance to appreciate the beauty of this place. I also, whining, I kind of hate the font. I don't think it's conducive to reading. I don't know if that's because of my dyslexia or some other aspect of my brain being weird, or if it's just not a very readable font. I mean, it's there. It makes words. I just don't think it's very readable. We will see Uhura and Simba again in a few days, for we will journey together to her village to talk with her people and learn more about the war between the Simbani and the Leopard Men. Okay, that opened up 2 new conversation options, the Simbani and the Leopard Men. The Simbani village is about a day's journey from here. Thanks. All I know of the Leopard Men is that they are a tribe of shape changers who dwell in the jungle. Okay, 2 more options. The shape changers are humans who take on certain aspects of an animal through magic. The jungle lies several days to the east of Tarna. Okay. So we'll back up and we'll talk about war. I will spend the next couple of days finding out more information about this war. We can speak more about this later. The Liontars have ruled Tarna for as long as we have existed. Most Liontars have little to do with humans, although that is changing. This talk of war is in some ways a good sign, for it means that the Liontars begin to accept that the Simbani are our allies and friends. Rakesh, you have been away a long time. There are several members of the Council of Judgment who also respect humans. There are also those who call for war's sake. Okay. Oh, some more. Although the Simbani tribesmen have supplied Tarna with meat for many decades, there are those Liontars who forget that Tarna depends upon the Simbani for food. Without the Simbani, there may well be no Tarna. As long as the talk of war remains just talk, Tarna may benefit from this experience. When the Liontars are forced to treat humans with respect, then the Liontars will learn to respect humans. The Council of Judgment is made up of the wisest of our people. Krisha is, of course, the magical member of the council. That is because I am one of the few Liontars who have studied magic. It is because you are both magical and wise, my love. So, we haven't really gotten it from the cutscene so far, but Rakesh and Krisha are married. Or they're life mates, I'm not sure. And they've had to endure a lot of separation because of their chosen paths of magic and paladining, respectively. Because paladining takes Rakesh away from home, and magic keeps Krisha here, serving her city. So, they've actually really missed each other. And us standing here asking them questions is preventing them from hugging. So, we should hurry. So, let's ask Krisha about Tarna. Welcome to our land, Prince of Shapir. Tarna is an ancient city, and you will find much to do here. We Liontar are a proud race, sometimes too proud for our own good. Most Liontar live in the eastern section of the city, away from humans. I have chosen to live in the western section with the humans. They are as much a part of Tarna as our people. I am a worker of spells, specializing in teleportation and communication. The magical portal which brought you here is an example of my magic. The magical portal allows people to travel across distances. It is a difficult spell to create, for it takes an incredible amount of magic and can only be done through ritual. A ritual is a series of actions and events used as magical spells. Most of my magic is done through ritual, as is much of the magic in this region of the world. Okay, so we already asked about that. War. The leader of the Simbani came to Tarna to ask us to ally with the Simbani against the Leopard Men. The Council of Judgment decided to investigate this talk of war. It is most unusual for the Council of Judgment to become involved with the affairs of humans. The Council of Judgment decided to send a peace mission into the jungle to speak with the Leopard Men. It was ambushed at night, and only one human survived to speak of it. Rakesh Rishaka was the leader of the peace mission. Is she dead then? I do not know. My magic tells me nothing. I do not think so, but that may only be the wishes of a mother's heart, rather than true knowledge. Forgive our rudeness, my friend, but Rishaka is our daughter. Krisha, let us speak more of this later. Rakesh is my life mate and my friend. He is also highly respected by the Council of Judgment and Raja, the king of Tarna and Rakesh's brother. The Council of Judgment make the laws of Tarna. I am a member of the council. The council will decide whether or not Tarna will go to war. Raja is the current ruler of Tarna. He is somewhat hot-headed and is loud in his demands that the Council of Judgment declare war. That is very like him. Raja always treated life as a battle to be fought, rather than an adventure to be experienced. Okay, that's everything. So, to recap, we're in a city called Tarna, although the rest of the surrounding area is also called Tarna, so that's a bit confusing, but we'll manage. We're in a city called Tarna that is run by Liontar. Has some humans in it, but the king is Liontar, the Council of Judgment is Liontar. So Liontar are the ruling faction here. And a human tribe called the Simbani have come to Tarna to petition that Tarna help them in a war against another human tribe called the Leopardmen. The Council of Judgment sent a peace mission to go talk to the Leopardmen, but only one person came back alive, which looks bad. And their daughter, Rakish's daughter and Krisha's daughter, Rishaka, was a member of that peace mission and is now missing, presumed dead. She is also the niece of the current king, Raja, who is Rakish's younger brother. So he is probably not going to be too thrilled about his niece going missing. We can up our speed here. We can change the detail of the background and settings. I'm going to try upping it to full, although we'll see. And then there's also this skill tester over here, which is, I complained about this in game 2 and said that they needed to make a way for the player to demand that skills be more relevant. So they kind of did that. I'm going to leave it where it is for now because I honestly don't remember how easy or hard things were. So I don't know where I want the skill tester to be. I have reserved a room in your name at the nearby inn. I can see you are eager to explore our city. Farewell, Prince of Shapir. Farewell, my friend. In 2 days I will stand before the Council of Judgment and speak of peace. I would like you there as well. Then we can journey together to the Simbani village. In the meantime, explore and enjoy Tarna. If you have any questions, you will find us here. Enter freely and you will be welcome at any time. Well, almost any time. After all, Rakesh and I need some time to, speak with each other again after such a long parting. Good day. So she missed Rakesh. So this is, wow, okay, so you see the middle plateau of Tarna. To the west and below, you can see the tents of the bazaar and the river rolling past the savannah. To the east and above, you can see the huge statue standing over the city. There's a Liontar on the streets. There's a human. There's some Liontar up here. The sign below the eye reads magic. So this is where we came from. We can go back in if we want. Welcome, young hero. You will find us in the back parlor. And this is a pretty good day. I trust that you are finding your way around Tarna. I hope you find your room at the inn acceptable. So you're in a parlor with your friends Rakesh and Krisha. This is a side of Rakesh you've never seen before. He looks really comfortable holding his wife. Krisha seems very happy to have her husband back. There's a few new things we can ask. Tarna has always been my home, and it is good to return here. I hope you get a chance to enjoy the sights of the city. I think you will enjoy the bazaar here. The bazaar of Tarna has always been a fascinating experience for me, filled with the sights and sounds of interesting people. The bazaar can be found in the daytime, just down the steps to the lower plateau of the city. If you wish to buy something from one of the merchants, you will need to visit the money changer there first. You can find the money changer at the northmost section of the bazaar. There you can change your dinar from Shapir for the royals and commons of Tarna. Krisha is my life mate. Marriage is not common among Liontar, but once I met Krisha, I have loved no other. Nor have I wanted anyone else but you, Rakesh. Liontar are primarily the rulers and warriors of Tarna. Most live on the west side of the city and have little to do with humans. It was the humans who first built this city many, many turns of the sun ago. When the Liontar moved here, most of the humans living in Tarna had been killed in wars. Liontar protected the humans, and we have been living together in peace ever since. To a Liontar, honor is like pride. It is part of you, and without it you are nothing. To a paladin, honor is not something you automatically have, but something you gain through your actions. You will gain in honor as you help others and do acts of kindness. A paladin must always listen, not to others, but to his heart. Only by listening to his heart can the paladin know what is right. There is only one who wins. The only one who wins in a war is the vulture. Several turns of the moon ago, the leader of the Simbani people came before the Council of Judgment and asked that Tarna aid them in their war against the leopard men. Since the Simbani are a peaceful people and have never asked for anything from Tarna before, this was considered a matter of concern for the council. When the Council of Judgment decided to investigate, we sent a peace mission into the jungle to speak with the leopard men. The mission was ambushed at night and only one man lived to tell the tale. During this time, my magic detected the presence of some other sort of magic. I could not be certain, but this new magic seemed slightly demonic. That is why I contacted Rakesh. The Council of Judgment is in an uproar over the lost peace mission, and there is much talk of war. It is my duty to prevent this war. The situation in Tarna is grave, but I hope you will get the chance to explore and enjoy this city before events become more dangerous. Whenever the Council of Judgment meets, Raja speaks of war. He will have our warriors marching soon if he can convince one more member of the council that we must seek vengeance. Raja is king, and thus has a great deal of influence over the council. The Council of Judgment is made up of 6 very different Liontars. I speak for peace, and the warrior speaks for war. The priestess prefers not to get involved with human affairs, but now wants revenge. The mother is against violence, and the youth wants action. The speaker is neutral, but Raja demands war. If at any point Raja can persuade one of the others to his view, Tarna will march to war. Raja can be most persuasive when he wants to be. War against the leopard men will mean many deaths. The leopard men are at home in the jungle and know a great deal of magic. We do not even know where the leopard men village is. War against demons will lead to even more bloodshed. The demons will wait until we are all at war and then attack. There will be few Liontar, Simbani, or leopard men survivors. Raja has called for revenge ever since the peace mission was ambushed. Raja considers the attack upon the peace mission to be an attack upon Tarna. He is even more furious that Rishaka is missing. Raja was against the peace mission to begin with, but he supported the decision of the council to send the peace mission to the leopard men to find out the cause of war with the Simbani. Rishaka was the leader and guard for the peace mission. She was also the only Liontar of the group. She was also the only one we found no trace of amidst the remains of the mission. Rishaka was always fearless. As a cub, she would insist that I take her out everywhere, so she could learn to be a warrior and adventurer. Her words for warrior and adventurer. Even though I cannot find Rishaka with all my magic, I believe she is alive. I so hope she is safe. I am the only user of magic who lives in Tarna. Our son, Chakra, also knows magic, but he has journeyed north to become a wizard. I didn't know they had a son. Chakra was always fascinated by the magical arts. He was the first male of our species to become a magic user. He studies magic now in Silmaria. Silmaria is the capital city of Mariana, the island kingdom. Perhaps someday you will visit there. The leopardmen generally stay in the jungle and venture only at night. The Simbani have never had any trouble with the leopardmen before this talk of war. Rakesh and I are very happy to be together again. This is our home as well as my place of magic. You greet Rakesh and Krisha. I hope you've enjoyed your adventures so far. It is always a pleasure to see you. You tell about the things that you have done so far in Tarna. There are many more experiences for you to discover here, I am sure. When you explore the bazaar, do not forget to visit the money changer. And you say goodbye. So I probably should have said goodbye earlier when we were out here. I didn't. I had forgotten that you could click on yourself and do so. I'm not going to restart the game in order to do that. Don't worry. I am not quite that far perfectionisty. Okay, so what time is it? Did any of that take time is a good question. A little bit of time. Over here we have an apothecary. There's an inn in various languages. They said we needed to go change our money, so let's go do that. They said it was down in the bazaar, so that's, down this away, they said. So, you are in the bazaar area of Tarna, judging from the tents. To the north beyond the pillars, and to the south beyond the tents, you can see more bazaar. To the east, you can see the river flowing past the city. To the west, you can see the stairway leading to the rest of the city. So there's no point in talking to any of these folks because we don't have money, local money. We have dinar. You enter the north end of the bazaar and witness a dispute. What are you doing? That is not right. Uh-oh. Stop him! Thief! Thief! Go get him. Please accompany us to the Hall of Judgment. You are led by the guard to the Hall of Judgment to attend judgment of the thief. The Council of Judgment has determined that you, Harami, have broken the laws of Tarna by taking things belonging to others. You have shown yourself to be without honor. Do you have anything you wish to say before you are named honorless? Hey, big deal. Then by the judgment of the Council and the laws of Tarna, you, Harami, are now formally named honorless. So you have acted, and so you shall be. The honorless one must leave the hall. I think that's Krisha there, or possibly here. The Council of Judgment now summons the Prince of Shapir. That's us. The Prince of Shapir aided my guards in the capture of the honorless one. The Council of Judgment commends the Prince of Shapir's actions on behalf of Tarna and thanks him. King Raja orders Rakesh and the Prince of Shapir to meet with him in his chambers immediately. You may enter into the presence of Raja Satarna, who has some ladies. Raja Satarna, I stand before you. Rakesh Satarna, you stand before me in honor. This is my friend, the Prince of Shapir. So we'll greet him. You tell the king that you are honored to be in his presence. Prince of Shapir, you stand before me in honor. Rakesh, you brought along this Prince of Shapir to help you bring peace. How can a lion be of such service to a liontar? So, human, you have imitated Rakesh and become a paladin. Why did you follow him here? Don't you think Rakesh is enough of a paladin to handle the situation? So we can answer him. Let's do that, I guess. You answer Raja's question. Very well. Who knows what the answer was? So this Prince of Shapir has come to bring peace and harmony to Tarna. You grow too old, Rakesh, if you must depend upon a human for help. Your age has made you cowardly and taken away your honor. Excuse? We will defend him. You defend Rakesh's bravery and honor. You need a human to speak up for you now, Rakesh. I do not need to defend myself to you of all people, Raja. Rakesh, you of anyone should be demanding war instead of talking about peace. Rishaka is lost. Your own daughter has been killed by the leopard men. Do you not want revenge? The truth of what has happened to Rishaka has not been determined. When I know for certain about Rishaka, I will deal with the matter myself. I do not need all of Tarna to suffer the horrors of war for my daughter. Revenge for the sake of revenge is pointless. Mindless revenge is pure stupidity. Rakesh, you... Human, Do you have anything important to add to this conversation? So we can talk about Rakesh or we can talk about Shapir. I don't know that either of them is inherently better. So let's talk about Shapir. That is an interesting tale for a human to tell. Human, you may leave our presence now. I wish to speak further to Rakesh. You tell Raja farewell. So, I'm not sure what would have happened if... We do have an automatic save. Let's try that one. Yep. Excellent. And I don't know that there's anything we can do really to stop him. I don't want to throw a dagger at him. And I can't use magic on the streets, supposedly. So... I'm not sure what else there is to do, to be honest. So we see the 6 Liontar women here. And this is the prince. Raja has excellent taste in personal servants. Raja does not seem to be as large as Rakesh, but he does look like he has fought more. He does not look as noble as some Liontar, but he does look tough. Answer Raja. Defend Rakesh. So what we're going to do here is talk about Rakesh. You speak of how Rakesh helped you in Shapir. You are fortunate, Rakesh, to have such a defender of your honor. Human, you may leave our presence now. I wish to speak further to Rakesh. So we'll say goodbye. Okay, that was fun. We apparently helped apprehend a thief, and we got to meet the Council of Judgment a day early. So let's go back and talk to Rakesh again. There's a lot of talking in this first video, and I'm sorry. I also feel like we could turn the volume up a little bit. There we go. I always have to go back and listen to my recordings and see if I... Good day, young prince. I hope that your experiences with the Council of Judgment did not upset you. Honor is very important to Liontars. Most Liontars would rather die than be considered without honor. Rakesh intends to pledge his honor to bring peace. If war does occur, he can never again enter Tarna. As Rakesh would say, I do not know if there can be peace in Tarna. I only know that I must try to create peace in Tarna. Rakesh is speaking with Raja now. He will return here later if you wish to speak with him. You realize, do you not, how special Rakesh is? The only ruler of Tarna to walk away from the throne. The only Liontar to become a paladin. You and I are both very lucky to know him. Rakesh was king of Tarna. Some 15 turns of the sun ago, he gave up his rule to rid the world of the demon wizard. The demon wizard which Rakesh defeated had many powers. It would not greatly surprise me if that same demon wizard is the cause of all our problems now. It did swear revenge after all. Rakesh became a paladin through his actions and beliefs. It is difficult at times, being life mate to a paladin. A paladin tends to travel wherever he is needed. It is so seldom Rakesh and I have a chance to be together. As you can tell, the Council of Judgment consists solely of female Liontars. This is because it is assumed males are too emotional to make rational decisions. So it'll be explained later in more dialogue. There's so much dialogue. But, the thief, remember that Rakesh will be making the Pledge of Peace before the council. Should you choose to explore the savannah, please stay within a day's journey of Tarna. If we go back, is Rakesh back yet? Yes, okay, alright. So I'll just let him explain it rather than... Good day. I trust that you're finding your way around Tarna. Greet. Oh, they don't have new. Okay, that's fine. So I will explain it. So the thief didn't seem to be punished, right? They just sent him away. Said he didn't have any honor and to go out to get lost. sent him to his room. But he didn't get arrested. He didn't go to jail. He didn't lose his freedom or anything. They declared him honorless. That means that no one in this town will talk to him. They won't sell him stuff. They won't communicate with him at all. It's actually illegal to acknowledge his presence because he is a creature without honor. That does mean that he will starve to death if he doesn't leave town. Usually, the people who are declared honorless do leave town with the merchant caravans as quickly as possible. But since the merchant caravans have stopped because of the rumors of war, he can't. He's stuck here. So we will see him again. But it's actually an interesting type of punishment because it's not a punishment that results in somebody being locked up. So in that sense, it's more humane. But in the other sense, he will literally starve to death. And plus, I mean, just the emotional torture of having everyone not acknowledge you, look through you, you don't exist. It's actually really cruel in some ways. And we'll see some of that as we go on. I'm going to have to cut the video here because this has been an hour. And we'll pick up in a second video and continue on. As you can tell, at least in the beginning, there's a lot of talking. I would actually say too much. A lot of that was stuff that I felt like got repeated over and over again. Like we learned about Rishaka, sorry. We learned about Rishaka and the peace mission in like 3 different dialogue paths when really that should have been 1. A lot of it feels like a failure to kind of edit the dialogue proactively in a way that would keep it neat and clean and simple. And I think, again, that was something that the parser forced game developers to do because you didn't want to have 18 different dialogue options for one character. You wanted to have 1 or 2 things that could be triggered by more than 1 word, but when the player found those things, you would concisely give them all the information they needed right there, because congratulations, you figured out the right question to ask, here it is. Whenever that is taken away and you no longer have to think about what information do I need to give to the player if they manage to think of the right thing to ask, and instead you can just have these paths that the player can mindlessly follow by clicking through, then yeah, you can make them as rambly as you want. And so I think that really created bad discipline for the developers, that it was just like, oh, well, why not ramble on at length for hours? Why not have 3 or 4 different dialogue paths at 3 or 4 different times that give the exact same information, essentially? Well, I can think of a few reasons why not, but, obviously you guys felt differently. Maybe it's more realistic that characters would repeat the same information over and over again, but I don't think I buy that as a reason for why it was done that way. And so here we are. Oh, and also I was going to say something about the graphics. This is with the detail turned all the way up. So again, at the time, yes, this was cool that they could render, different fruits in this basket and zebra skins and giraffe skins and everything. That was very awesome. Now it just looks like, can we have the EGA back, please? Because the pixels to me were cleaner than this. You have the shadow art where it's kind of staggered and just weird looking. So anyway, but we will come back in the second video and we will see how we go. Once again, my name is Anna Mardal. This is Quest for Glory 3, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for coming along on these. Bye-bye.